Welcome everybody to Friday Night Funnies. It's so great to have you here. I'm so excited. We're gonna have so much fun. It's a great lineup. We have a great headliner. And I just wanna say, we love laughter, cross-talking, not so much. So if you have some noise, just mute yourselves out. It's okay. And you can do jazz hands. We like jazz hands. We love laughter. Diane, hello. So just sit back, have fun, have a drink, and relax and laugh. And I'm so excited. I love, if you haven't seen Sleazy Does It on Amazon, you have to watch her wonderful special. I am so proud of Sally. I've known her for years. Oops, I just did the faux pas. I've known Sally for years, and I've seen her really grow as a writer and a comedian. And just put your hands together for the wonderful Sally Mullins, our host for Friday Night Funnies.
You guys, welcome to Friday Night Funnies. I love this this fun show. I mean, I want to say little show, but I do smaller ones. So you know, it's pretty freaking good. I love Zoom shows in general. They're perfect for me because, I mean, have you seen my live comedy? I don't move. And if you've seen my porn, I don't move. Yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm not feeling going out to the smaller clubs and creeping back into live stuff right now. To me, a microphone is like a starter ventilator. You were asking what we usually do on Friday nights, you know, pre-COVID. I would say Friday nights I was always hosting a show called These Nuts at the Comedy Store.
Wow. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, the only difference to me is here I'm in a beanie. What I wanted to be doing there, you know? But everybody hits me up every day, like, when's the Comedy Store gonna come back? And I'm like, well, I mean, who cares? It's in the news. Oh, I mean, Twitter. Have you seen what's going on at the Comedy Store like this past week with all the sexual harassment allegations? It's like a freaking episode of To Catch a Predator over there. I kind of expect Chris Hansen to be doing a type 5. Please have a seat. I have some jokes. Man, oh yeah, Chris D'Elia's been texting underage girls. I mean, there's been like, oh yeah, Jeff Ross, like living with a 15-year-old or something. That's not his kid. Very. I mean, hey, I will say one thing. Like, I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a hypocrite. My life is sleazier than all those guys put together. But I'm a female, so I'm brave. Yep. Sorry, that's how that goes. Yeah, man, they're on the hunt for young flesh over there. Nobody's it's grooming. It's called grooming, right? Like getting like high school girls ready for adulthood. And yeah, nobody's been grooming my granny fro. I used to think Chris D'Elia was like professional and respectful to me. Now I just know I'm old as fuck. Oh, and then there's nasty big pig Joey Diaz, who's saying how he used to make girls give him blowjobs to get stage time and then be like really mean to them. I mean, oh my God, man. Honestly though, I'd rather hear about girls giving Joey Diaz blowjobs for stage time than giving him blowjobs for love. That would be some sick shit. Those are some fucked up daddy issues. And I know all these girls are like, yeah, Chris D'Elia sexted me, because Chris D'Elia's hot as hell, but nobody's owning up to blowing Joey Diaz. Maybe that chick has already killed herself. Oh yeah, it's a little early to be so dark. Time, yeah. I'm just saying that Joey Diaz, one way or another, that is a paid gig. And I speak from experience because I've done a little escorting in my life. I'm a retired escort. 2019. Like maybe 1 or 2 guys in January. Pre-COVID. I just want you guys to know that nothing could make me go back to a life of prostitution except a vaccine. That's right. It was pretty good money. Yeah, man. I'll tell you one thing. Sex work is real work. Let's legalize this shit, but not quite yet. I don't want to pay taxes. I'll tell you another thing about it. It was really great for material. Okay? Like I'd often be riding a guy and I'd think of a great joke. Oh, hey, I just came on the big view. I don't like that. I'm just not that into me. Back on gallery. Zoom. We all, to each his own on Zoom. So basically, back to me riding a guy, I'd be riding a guy, and I'd think of something funny, and I'd be like, whoa, 1 second, and I'd always tell the guy, like, hey, I'm a stand-up comedian, I'm just making notes of a joke, because I wouldn't think I was texting my boyfriend or something, and he'd go, hey, you're a female comedian, we know you don't have a boyfriend. Great. So, hey, I've definitely grown as an artist while on lockdown. I have gone from helping guys jack off on Skype to helping guys jack off on Zoom. I also make some selfie porn on Zoom with different backgrounds, you know, offices, classrooms, all jobs I don't want. It can get kind of lonely doing like selfie porn on Zoom. Sometimes I'm like, hey, Zoom bomber, where you at? Like he's supposed to be such a fucking pervert. Why can't he find me? I'm putting a link out there, looking for a co-star. Or as the big buzzword is now, collaborator. You don't want to collaborate? Fuck you, no collaboration. Okay, so I'm about to get this party started, but I would be amiss if I did not diss the biggest sexual harassment bust of the week. Let's hear it, everybody, for Ron Jeremy. Locked up on $6 million bail.
What?
Oh my God. It also means that there is an opening for an old fat man with a monster dick who smells of baby powder. Don't ask me how I know that. If you really want to know how I know that, join my OnlyFans. No collaboration. Ron Jeremy, man, I mean, he has the amazing skill of being able to suck his own dick. And quite honestly, he should have quit while he was ahead. I mean, if you can suck your own dick, why even leave the house unless they drag you out? Oh, well, he did. All right, fuck those predators. You guys, if you don't mind, please follow us on Instagram at Friday Night Funnies. Donations are greatly appreciated. Venmo, KeZia Norton. She's always tipping me. I'm like, stop. I'm not rich. Okay, lady, I'll fucking take it. All right. Shit, what to close? All right, I'll just close. I'll just tell you this morning I saw the guy. Oh man, I messed it up. All right. I won't close on that. I won't close on that. All right. I will just say this. I love masks. Lynn's son looks really good in her mask. I've got a pretty good body. If you put a mask on me, I look 35. So I want to keep this going for a while. You know what I have not heard for 3 months? Ma'am. and I'm not missing it. I used to hate it when homeless people would be like, hey, ma'am, do you have any change? I'm like, no, ma'am doesn't have any money, but Miss Mida. Something to think about. All right, hey, give it up for yourselves. I will be popping in and out all night because we have a really nice tight show. It's tighter than my pussy before. Yeah, it's gonna be a dirty show. Nobody has their kids lurking around. Oh, one dog is just leaving. He's sensitive. Rick and Sonya's pet is gonna put a Me Too down on me. Actually, I have 8 pets. That's what you smell. Let me do my lineup real fast. Cool. The first lady is a friend of mine, and that's no Zoom bullshit. And she is an LA and New York comedian, currently residing in New York, I believe. Please give it up and keep it going for Sonya Vi.
Hi. How are you guys? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Sally, you know I have that same problem when I wear a mask. I look really young, too. It's the only time Crystalia hits on me. So, sorry, I couldn't help it. I just couldn't. I don't know about your political leanings, guys. I don't really want to know. But I'm pretty liberal, right? But I'm like a man in that I never let politics get in the way of my social life. Okay? Like, I'm not kidding. My vagina is neutral. It operates like a Swiss bank. Any man can make a deposit. All nationalities accepted. You don't need a name, just a number. Now, that's the way it was for a very long time. But I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's in the air besides Corona. But ever since all of the, Black Lives Matter and defunding the police and Me Too Part 2, something's happening to my body. Okay? My body will not let me date men who are not progressive. Like I've sworn off all men that look like they could be Republican. So basically all white men, and my pussy has become political. I don't know how that happened. I can only date men who swing left. I mean, it just doesn't work the other way anymore for me. But here's the thing, like, I love progressive men. I love that you guys respect me, but you are the worst men to date. Let me tell you something. Okay, I went out with this guy. Foreplay with this man was awful. He looked into my eyes and told me I deserved equal pay. Okay, that doesn't make anybody wet. All right, nobody. I had another guy where I was trying to dirty talk him. I was like, I'll be your dirty little Indian, And he was like, no, you're a sex positive South Asian. I was like, never put those 4 words together. That sounds heinous. That sounds horrendous. Okay. And the worst was when this one guy refused to do doggy style with me because he's a member of PETA and called me culturally appropriating. I mean, my vagina just dried up. And it's too much, it's too far. But now that things, are opening up this week, New York's opened up. So I did, I think, what most Americans are doing. I left my house and got plastered, okay, at the nearest bar, right? And here's the thing, okay? I hate admitting this. I hate it. But I got so drunk that I slept with a Republican. And it was the best sex I've ever had in my life. I can't believe I'm saying this. It was. He had no problems with doggy style. He pulled my hair and called me Princess Jasmine. Sometimes you just got to roll with the racism. That's how it works. I mean, I don't think Republicans will ever make America great again, but they might make my sex life great again. We'll see. Unless they kill me after. So, okay, moving on. I don't know about you guys financially, but I lost 2 jobs because of COVID and things have been really tough. But I have some really good news. I just booked a commercial. Yep. Sorry about that. But thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. It was a Zoom audition. The casting director saw me, but it was amazing because she saw me and she was like, "Stop everything. We found our actress." Like she was like, "No more auditions," right? And it felt like one of those Hollywood moments. She said I was perfect and I was meant to play this part my entire life. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I have to say, I'm really proud, guys. Look out for the commercial I'm going to be in. I'm going to be this next spokesperson for blood disease. It's called beta thalassemia. It's a real blood disease. The description for the actress was ethnic woman, attractive in a sickly way, pale, weak, frail, and looks like she could faint at any moment. And guess what, guys? That's me! That's me. And that's what it says on my dating profile now. So everything's coming together for me. The disease is real. It's called beta thalassemia, and it's similar to it's genetic. It's similar to sickle cell, but not. I don't have time to go into it, but I think the irony in all of this is that I actually have beta thalassemia. So I was actually born to play this role, guys. Who knew a blood disease would make me famous? Okay, not famous, but I can at least pay my rent for another month and I won't get evicted. That's I think I'm peaking. I think this is what's happening. They say you should own who you are. Well, I'm owning it full throttle. KeZia, are we doing 6 or 7? I know you didn't tell us so. Okay. Oh, okay. So I will enter this. I've also discovered something about New York City that I never knew. So I was out with my friend and we were looking for a liquor store, but she lives near a Catholic church. And I don't know if you know this, but you cannot have a liquor store within a certain distance of a Catholic church. It's like zoning laws, it's banned. And I'm like, that's insane, okay? If you're gonna ban anything from a Catholic church, it should be a kindergarten. Because that's just entrapment. That's like, it's just entrapment. It's so bad. And I mean, you know what it is? Putting a Catholic church next to a kindergarten is like putting Crystalia next to a kindergarten. Or maybe a junior high school. I don't know. He hasn't decided. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'm Sonya. Bye. I had so much fun. Thank you.
Very funny. Yeah, man. You know what? I actually have more in common, I found out, with Donald Trump than just being old, white, and fucking porn stars. Now we both play to small crowds. Thank you. That was a long joke, man. That was a long joke for Zoom, That was like you really gonna ride the fucking wave. That was great, Sonya. Good luck, man. Congratulations on
Thank you.
What an amazing fucking state. That's so cool. I'm not brave enough. I'm just doing like online chat with guys, social distance dating, which is basically guys mansplaining the Spanish flu. Coming to the stage next, this lady, I just worked with her. I love it. This lady, I just worked with her at the Laugh Riot Girl Comedy Festival. And she's been seen at Dow Comedy Studio as well as Flappers and new to Friday Night Funnies. So I want some serious love. Let's hear it for Jane Alcala.
Oh, thank you so much, everybody. And let's hear it for Sonya. Bye.
Yeah.
Great. So funny.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know I'm going to be the only idiot holding a fake mic tonight, but I'm keeping it because I need to cling to something fake right now. Because back in May, I read that a huge asteroid nearly hit the Earth. Is anyone surprised they didn't hear about that? At the time, I thought, sorry it missed. That could have solved everything. But this month, I'm high on our protesters. Woo! I see you out there. Give it up for yourselves, you guys.
Woo!
I mean, can you believe the size of our marches? In 2002, I went to an Iraq war protest in downtown LA. And I looked out over a sea of 50 dudes in tie-dye t-shirts. Yeah, it looked like the reenactment of a protest. And like they were marching to bring back the summer of love. Today, though, I'm especially proud of my LA protesters. Because who could have imagined so many Angelenos coming together to search for parking? So I've been campaigning for Democrats.
Woo! Woohoo!
Thank you. Last year though, I was that annoying person who showed up at your door. Yeah, you said you were busy. This year I'm even worse. I phone bank. Yeah. So yeah, contrary to popular belief, phone banking isn't fun, but it's addictive. Like playing penny slots in Vegas. You know, classy like that. By now, I've heard so many arguments against voting. Like, I'm not into politics. Well, I'm not either. But I'm into breathing. That's clearly up for debate. And personally, I never get into arguments over the phone. The other day, a woman told me that she's voting Republican because they know Jesus. And I said, didn't you hear? They deported him. So I've been married to my husband, Steve, for 18 years. You get where I'm going with this. Steve and I met swing dancing, and we've gone out swing dancing 3 nights a week for the past 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, until March, you know, when all our dance clubs close. And Steve and I found out that we only had one thing in common. But our friends said, you know, you're so lucky, you can dance together at home. They're obviously not married. And it's not like we danced together when we did go out. Seriously, we were swingers for a reason. So Steve didn't want to watch Tiger King, but he let me watch it if I let him fall asleep on the couch while it's on. And after every episode, he tells me that I'm a horrible person for watching it. I already know I'm a horrible person. So is the guy who made this show. And every last person involved, including the audience. I think if you don't hate yourself after watching Tiger King, you're missing the point. Everybody, thank you so much.
Hilarious. She's always freaking funny. Jane Alcala, I love you. You can text me or call me about politics anytime. Hey, I voted for Elizabeth Warren. Just vote for who you look like, right? Keep it simple. I dig how smart she is. She's so freaking ready. I love her. I play her in porn. So of course, I mean, come on, like, I mean, who wouldn't, you know? And of course, I wanted her to win. I wanted her to be president. Yeah, I had a plan for that. Thank you. Anyway, check it out. Scoring with Warren. Very much collector's item now. It's kind of more interesting because she didn't get the nomination. It's kind of more interesting. All right. Well, definitely, if anyone wants one and they have Gmail, I'll send you a copy. Coming to the stage next, I don't want to talk about porn and go into her. So I just will say that we've been friends from way back, like from kind of when we first started out comedy. We've known each other for years, man. I mean, we knew each other like when we were a lot younger, put it that way. And she's hot as hell and funny as fuck, and she puts together a great show with this, and I really appreciate her keeping it all together. Please give it up for my good friend KeZia Norton.
Thank you so much, Sally. Give it up for the comics and for Sally, everyone. And for you guys. Without you guys, it wouldn't be so much fun. So for those of you who don't know, I kind of broke my wrist. I'm an advanced rollerblader. I used to be a figure skater. And let me tell you, you never get hurt skating. I had my rollerblades on. Mary kind of wanted to know what happened. So I'll tell you all. And then don't ask me what the fuck happened because I'm sick and tired of talking about. Anyway, so literally what happened was I just had to go to the bathroom. And in Griffith Park, the bathroom was far away and I skated to it. The pavement was bad, so I got on the grass and the grass was uneven. And I had this thought, oh, I should stop and take off my skates and walk. The minute I had that thought, my both feet went up and I landed on my wrist and it broke. And then they had to pull my arm apart, like to put the bones back together. It was really gnarly. Oh my God, but they gave me great drugs. Well, actually the morphine didn't work, so they couldn't believe it. And I'm telling the doctor, you better give me another shot of morphine because it's not working. I can feel the pain still. And he's like, no way. We gave it to you half now. I go, yes way. You have to give me something or I'll scream. And so then so he touched my arm and it really hurt. And then he gave me a shot right in where it broke. Right where it was broken, he gave me a shot. And so now it's like this. And anyway, so that's what happened. So I was all excited because I had COVID hair for a really long time. And then I got my hair done. And now I have southpaw hair. I can put on my makeup, but I can't do my hair. And, my favorite food groups are protein, veggies, and condiments. The way I look at food is an excuse to put mayo and ketchup on. Sally is a size queen. I'm a condiment queen. Actually, I'm a condiment slut. I can polish off a whole bottle of Heinz ketchup with 1 foot-long hot dog and French fries. But I know one thing. They say that alcohol is not good for you. But I know one thing that it was good for. It was good for my courage, my confidence. No, wait, my courage. Oh, it is good for my courage and my confidence. Because if it wasn't for alcohol, I would still be a virgin. I'd have my PhD. And I'd be a licensed driver. So who knew that we were going to be in 1918, 1929, and 1775 all in 3 months? I'm so glad I have 2 therapists. I have a male therapist and a female therapist. I pretend they're my parents without Well, actually, my man shrink died because my issues killed him. But I still talk to him because he's less expensive and really available. So right now, I get paid more to not work. Thank you, COVID. The quarantine is like an invisible husband. It's the perfect relationship. I get paid to work from home and I don't have to have sex. Because my ex-boyfriend, we were together 13 years, and then he screwed my ex-roommate, who was so pathetic she couldn't even take care of a bunny rabbit, and she had his kid.
Oh
my God.
So by default, I'm asexual. And focused. Because while all of you are busy thinking about sex every 6 seconds, I'm getting shit done. So I was married for 10 years. Happy for 1. And how long do you have to be divorced till your marriage doesn't count? Because I was married for a long time, relatively speaking, and I've been divorced a really long time. In fact, it's been so long, I sometimes forget that I was even married. And I want to check the single box off, but then the divorce box is right next to it. And I can't lie. Because I have a guilt complex the size of Donald Trump's ego. I feel guilty even when I'm not guilty. Like, I think I was Jewish in a past life. Well, my name, it's actually KeZia in the Bible. It has an H at the end, but whatever. My mom forgot to put that on. But my name is technically from the Bible in the book of Job. And the Old Testament was so violent. Like, I tried to reread it again for the 3rd time, and the violence and the killing of animals just was too much for me this time. Because I'm trying to be more of a vegetarian. So when I was in New York, I ran into my ex-husband. I barely recognized him. He grew his hair really long, and he was like, "Hey, KeZia, how you doing? What's up? You look good. You look good." And I'm thinking, oh my God, I feel like I'm having a conversation with Farrah Fawcett. That's my time, everybody. Thank you so much.
Woohoo!
Sally, you're muted.
Thank you, ma'am. My bad. I was just saying I'd love to see you married to Farrah. I was like, nobody else? That's not everyone else's fantasy? God. Hey, just me. Just me. KeZia Norton is focused. She is focused as fuck, people. KeZia, if you want to tip me with Adderall, I'm open to call it a hunch. Wouldn't mind a little Adderall in life. In fact, if anybody wants to do that, that's
I took it all. Otherwise, I'd give you some.
feel you, man. I realized in lockdown that I'm not an alcoholic. I've actually changed my status to drinker.
Nice.
Like day 60, and I'm not drunk. How did I get past that? I'd like to thank my hangovers. Seems I got this. Seems it was just people. All right, coming to the stage next. Oh, she is lovely and funny. We know she looks amazing in a mask. She's got some sexy hair going on tonight. We've worked together at the Comedy Store. Crystalia didn't fuck with either of us. Please give it up and keep it going for Lynn's son.
Hi. I came out to do a live show for the first time out here in Los Angeles. So I'm at the venue right now, and here's my audience, y'all.
Wow.
There's no one here. But so I am a single mom, quarantined. I've been quarantined with my 3-year-old boy since March.
Hey, can you put?
Huh? Oh, thought you were talking to me. Okay, let me start over. So I'm a single mom. I've been quarantined with my 3-year-old boy since March, right? I need a fucking break because codependent relationships are not healthy. The coronavirus has my parenting style. Stay 6 feet and I won't kill you. By the 5th day of quarantine, I ordered us 2 pizzas and a helicopter. Thank God all of that stuff I ordered didn't show up, right? Thank God the pizza didn't show up. Okay. Well, the other day, my 3-year-old lost my car keys.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh.
For a whole hour in the house, it was quiet because he talked to me while I was trying to look for the keys that he lost. And then I thought to myself, you know what, Lynn? What would a good mom do? A good mom would communicate. So I'm like, okay, let me talk to the kid. I said, honey, come here, sit down. Let's talk about your new address. But every time brat, I start thinking about, well, maybe I should give him up for adoption. But then I feel about the way I feel about jogging. I think about it, but I'll never actually do it. So I used to be a massage therapist. By that, I mean, you know what I mean. People are like, well, how'd you get to doing massages? And I was like, well, I was on Craigslist and I was looking for gigs. I see an ad. It said massage girls wanted, no sex, and a bunch of $ signs. And I was like, that's me. So I call the number. And the guy answers the phone. I was like, what kind of massage is it, sir? He said, hand jobs. I'm in. You had me at $ signs. So then I meet with him, right? And it turns out that he was an alcoholic, drug addict, and a pimp. Because I was president of the He Might Change Foundation. Then I was like, dude, men pay for hand jobs? I'm never doing that for free again. So one day someone said, you know, Lynn, giving hand jobs for money is considered prostitution. And I was like, relax, officer. So I ended up in jail for 12 days. When you're in jail, you have bologna sandwich every single day for lunch. So being poor prepared me for being in jail. Gonna give me the light, right, Sally?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. You've got about another minute.
Oh, okay, 1 more minute. Okay, so I've been in jail. I was an erotic massage girl, and I used to cash fraudulent checks. After all of that, life thought it would be a great idea to give me a child. For me to teach him more. So not saying that I don't have morals. I'm just saying that they're negotiable. So much.
Good job.
job.
Oh, hell yes, with the hand jobs. Yeah, KeZia, rollerblading my ass. We know how you broke it down. Good stuff. Lynn, I'm so sorry that you got a babysitter and now you got to go to that show. Man, I mean, I hope the crowd fills up, but that's why stick to Zoom. Unless your kid's right there, then it's hard to talk about like hand jobs and stuff. Either way, you're tough. All right, coming to the stage. First of all, give it up for Lynn's son. She was awesome. Guys are really. It's hot room tonight, man. Friday night squares. Okay, coming to the stage next to last. Wow, this is really cool. This guy, you might have seen him on the independent film channels, Sherman's Showcase. Please give it up. We all love him. We've all worked them around town. Let's hear it for Dave Carter.
Hey, good to see everybody. I'm gonna just flick through. Good to see everybody. It's like 3 dudes on the couch. I don't know what's going on there, but God bless you. Just zooming through. Hey, hey, some people of color in the room. That's good. I was getting nervous. Hey, you guys, God bless you. It's a tough time right now. I know you guys are going through some tough stuff out there. I don't know what to tell you other than it's gonna be okay. I think we're gonna figure it all out. I'll touch on that in a second. But welcome to the new normal, though, huh? Yeah. This is it. We're in the new world. Some states opened up. I know Gene's in a place where they're already opened up. Some places haven't. We're almost ready. I guess we're starting to open up. We're at 100 days now of this safer at home challenge. Lockdown. 100 days. I've washed my hands over 300 times. I brushed my teeth about 102 times. And I've showered 9 times. And the pandemic has started. She was like, yeah, a little gamey here. It's a little gamey, it's a little hot here. But this is it. We're in it now. I thought this whole time we're going to have lockdown at home was going to be the time for everyone to get their shit together. This is like any screenplays anybody had they want to get done. Boom. Want to learn to play your bass? Hey, they're giving away free lessons on like Fender, like boom, we can learn the bass, boom. I thought I was going to have a bomb-ass like COVID set of like jokes like, hey man, is it me? Or do you remember outside, right? Is it crazy outside? I mean, what are you saying? None of that happened. I had like one joke I was working on. I'm like, man, I've washed my hands so much. I mean, my hands are white. Well, that's just the bone. That's literally just the bone. I thought it was going to be that. None of that happened. Being locked in the house, though, makes you really appreciate stuff. Thank God. I'm grateful for our first responders, our fucking doctors, our nurses, our healthcare workers. Give it up for them. Any in the crowd, God bless you guys. And then the second line work is all our food service people, our grocery store workers, the people making us food, delivery drivers. Remember delivery drivers? Remember that was a job you said, if I have to take that job, I'm moving back in with my parents. Delivery drivers, you guys are freaking heroes right now. God bless you. Freaking heroes. And I really miss our school teachers now after having to. I have a small child too, like raising these little freaking raptor assholes, man. Like, I feel for those teachers. Teachers, delivery drivers, now is the time to renegotiate your salaries. freaking heroes. I'm happy today. My wife and daughter are on a road trip.
Oh.
Yeah. Ooh, they're out in America just seeing it. My wife's very white. She's very white from Wisconsin. She'll be safe. She has her biracial daughter. They'll be safe together. She can say that she's the nanny's kid. She's just watching her. It's fine in that regard, but you know, they're traveling the country, and I don't fear for my wife. She's 8 of 10 kids. She's a dairy farmer's daughter. She's a farmer's girl. So the COVID isn't going to kill her right off. She's built up immunity. I'm black and over 50. Hey, man, pre-existing conditions are real. I'm not going outside. Outside. In 100 days, I've been outside 6 times. I'll go into that in a minute, but it'll get me outside. You ain't killing me today with that stuff. Animals across the country are just doing different shit. They're scurrying around and relaxing just in the middle. They were relaxing in the middle of the street before they opened everything up. Did you see those pictures? Like a coyote in a national park sitting in the parking lot, just looking at the mountains, just chilling like that. That is amazing. I love that view. Amazing. Doing stuff like that. I was looking out my window and I saw a freaking like a squirrel sitting in my lawn chair. Squirrel just chilling, like we were gone, like they won. They were like, yeah, we beat the humans. Taking over this joint. The humans left. We can take them. We can take them. Damn animals. No project. No object permanence in their vision, so they don't know. We're inside the window just looking at them. It's really scary in that way, you know? But all these essential workers, everyone doing everything. Who said that lawn care workers were essential during this whole lockdown? Because lawn care guys were out there every Wednesday just doing it up. I was kind of amazed by that. I'm like, I think someone just didn't tell them. They're like, bro, we're going to work till they make us go in. It's all good. But now they're opening cities up. Like, Gene, you're in Texas, right?
Yep. Yeah.
You guys are open, right? Yeah, down, but you guys are open though, right? The state's open?
No.
Yeah. Texas is open. Wisconsin's open. Okay, they're kind of open. Florida's open. You guys up in Oregon, you guys open? Is it the court? Are you guys Oregon?
Oh, Seattle? No, actually,
Seattle.
we're still pretty cool.
Good, because I don't think we're ready. I don't think people are ready to be out here in the world yet. I see Chris just chilling at a restaurant. I'm like, okay, flex that privilege, bro. Flex that privilege, bro. I like that look on his face. That look goes, I don't care about nothing but my rights and America. God bless you, Chris. So I'm going to be in this locked up hot room until they say it's safe to go out, and then I'm still not flying for 3 months. Because I don't think black people are allowed to fly yet.
I'm just happy you're home alone.
You know what, I am too. That look of joy on my face.
Yes.
I haven't seen this look on my own face in about, of the 11 years I've been married, 14 years. I've seen this look in 14 years of the 11 I've been married. Because it's tough when you're married, because everyone's talking about the whole lockdown and the 100 days. They're like, you know, this COVID is just going to bring me and my spouse closer together. I'm looking at Rick and Sonya social distancing together. It's going to bring us closer together. I've been with my wife 15 years. And there's little things that we think are cute when we have to leave for our jobs. Like, my wife has a little tick. She has a little thing she does, right? Like, hey, I love you. Like a little tick, right? It's cute when you leave for 8 to 12 hours in a day. But when you're stuck with that for that additional 8 to 12 hours in a given day, it makes you think about, do it again. I dare you to make that damn look. Hey, I love you. One more goddamn time. One more. I'm not saying there's going to be a lot of dead spouses once this thing is over. I'm just saying it's going to be a lot more like the Bruce Springsteen song, hey, had a wife and kid in Baltimore, Jack. I went out for a ride. He just kept going. He just kept going. He didn't go back. He never went back. And newly married people have been loving this shit, dude. They've been amazing. You know, we are definitely closer as a newly married couple. We've been married for 5 months now. No, you've been married for 2 years, 5 months. With 100 days of lockdown, it's like a 2-year like upgrade to your relationship. You've been married 2 years now. At this point, you don't really want to have sex with your partner anymore. You're not really that interested. It's like, look, we've been doing that for 100 straight days. Okay, can we do something else? Canasta. Hey, let's go swing dance. And I heard there's a hot crowd. Shows down the block. You know, I thought, you know, like maybe that's what's happening. Like, because right now they're loving it. give it another 10 to 15 days at each other's throats. Because I learned this about being married. I am closer to my wife. It is a stronger relationship. We've learned how to fight more strongly together. I can tell my wife when I hate something without having to, walk on like on eggshells, because now where the fuck are you gonna go? Nowhere. Nowhere. Your feelings officially come out. My wife lied to me in the beginning of our relationship, and that's fine. My wife lied, said that she loved all the things. I used to go to Jimbo's and hang out. They were all my friends. She used to go with me. It's just a bikini bar, but she loved it. And then the moment we got married, I left the house because we eloped. The moment I left the house, that once we got married, she goes, "Hey, where you going?" I'm like, "I'm going to Jumbo's to tell everybody we got married." She goes, "Don't go there. I hate that place. It sucks." She lied to me right off the bat. Now she doesn't have to lie about you. Now she can just say those things. I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you too. Now let's go beat up on this kid. Let's beat up on this kid. My daughter's been cool, but she's 7. And it's tough in this kind of environment. The child being home, not having a real idea of what's what. And she's been nervous and anxious and trying to do her best. But she this bitch, never call a small child a bitch, but this motherfucker though, she challenges you at every turn. And we had to sit down and now, with a black dad in the house, it's my job to talk to my daughter about racism. But my wife said, it's my job too. I'm like, yes, but you don't know how to explain it right. Because white people explain it very differently. But they were doing it on TV. And I thought of a nice way. If you have small children, you want to talk to them about race and racism, there's a little movie that goes on his path to tell you about racism. It's a little movie from Pixar called Zootopia.
Oh, yeah.
Now in Zootopia, there's a bunny, small town bunny with big dreams, moving to the big city where prey animals and predators live together. And she wanted to be the first bunny cop. And they said, no, prey animal, you can't be a cop. You're so cute. And she goes, excuse me, you can't call me cute. Other bunnies can call me cute, but you're not allowed, fat cheetah, to call me cute. And he had to reevaluate with that donut in his fat face how to do it. And that movie talks about it. So if you want to figure that out, you watch Zootopia and you talk to your kids about it afterwards. Black lives do matter. Think about your friends. Give your money. You can find me and give me your money as your new black friend. I've been Dave Carter. Thank you so much for the time. You guys enjoy the rest of the show. Your headliner's coming up. It's going to be awesome. Love you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Have a great night.
Hilarious, as always, Dave Carter. So much good COVID-19 material, man.
You think? I didn't know.
Yes, it was fucking great, and you can bring all that shit back in November.
Yeah, in November.
I swear, you are making the best of things. You are being a creative genius on lockdown. I don't like it when people are like, oh, right before lockdown, I was killing it. Like, I was about to start selling my panties in the mail, but I can't do that now. That's just not a cool thing to do. We don't need a cougar panty-demic.
Cougar panty.
Is it no longer available?
Yeah, definitely. Pretty friends. I'll send them via Gmail Drive. What I'm gonna do, actually, Dave, I'm gonna sell them as a mask. And that's you.
Write that off.
I like the way you think. I want you to help me market my vagina. All right, come on stage. This lady is a regular here, and she's hilarious. She's been on the show Shameless, and she's shameless. And she's been on Conan, and she's in a movie called Girl Calling, which is going to be at the Palm Springs International Film Festival. Please give it up and keep it going. Our headliner tonight, let's have some serious love for Mary Kennedy.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? Is this thing on? Is it? No, it's not. Anyway, hi. Hi.
Mary.
Hi, everybody.
Mary.
Oh, my gosh. Hi. Thank you, Sally, for being such a great host. Thank you, KeZia, for doing this. And all the comics that you've seen tonight, give them a big round of applause, please. Please, please, please. And you guys for being here and, being upright. That's what we're all happy. You're upright, you're sitting, you're not drooling. I love it. So I am reporting live from Van Nuys, California. Hi.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. And, I'm originally from Boston and, but some of you may know me because I'm a bit famous. I was new Fiona in season 7 of Shameless. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
I played an out of work prostitute who worked for food. Not much different than what I'm doing today. I'm an out of work comic who gets food for my children. All right. So anyway, I've been in this business a long time. I've been in LA for 20 years. And, after Shameless, I became an honorary member of the cast, and I'm actually on skindaddy.com because I had a nude scene. I did. And so now I'm in the Women of Shameless with Emmy Rossum, Shanola Hampton, the Russian girl, and me. And so I know you've probably already eaten your Tostitos, so we're okay. But I did have a nude scene. I walked out of a shower naked from head to toe, and I'm a larger size girl. And my bio on skindaddy.com is natural white Irish girl, where her left breast is actually bigger than her right. Ladies and gentlemen, I have made it. If you ever, yeah. So here's the thing. I'm originally from Boston, and the accent was getting in the way of my sex life. There's nothing like a night of heavy lovemaking when you turn to the guy next to you and you go, "That's a wicked big pissy you got down there, huh?" Go Pats. Go Pats. So here's the thing. Everybody thinks that I'm a Tom Brady fan. Okay, I'm not. Okay, Tom Brady is a tool. I was done with him when he wore a scrunchie because he didn't have enough hair, and he moved to New York. Blasphemy. And he married Giselle instead of me. So I'm done. I'm done. You go to Tampa Bay. You be a Buccaneer, you pussy. Move along. So anyway, so that's my feeling. So now I live in Van Nuys, which for you guys, you guys up in Seattle, Van Nuys is an acquired taste. It's not. It's sort of our Latino hub, if you'd say. And so here I am, and I'm in a new series now for Bravo called The Real Housewives of Van Nuys. Yeah. I go to the Vallarta market when things get crazy. We go to the DMV and we get our headshots done. And then when it gets really nutty, I do hot Bikram yoga at the hairstylist, tax accountant, bails bondsman on Victory. So it's a busy day. It's a busy day. And people have told me that it's the porn capital. So I fit right in because I was a prostitute who worked for food. And listen, I'll do almost anything for food. I'm seeing some of the food you're eating, and I want you to Uber Eats it to me because I can't get a sandwich here. Anyway, so I shared a room with my Irish Catholic grandmother until I was 18 years old. It's true. That's right. One side of the room was a shrine to Jesus. The other side of the room was a shrine to Duran Duran. Because grandma was hungry like a wolf. Was a little Irish Catholic lady from the homeland who, after a night of heavy petting, because us Catholic girls didn't do everything. We did everything but the Catholic priests because they weren't interested in us. So anyway, so I would come home from a night of heavy petting, and there my Irish Catholic grandmother would be clanging her heavy wooden rosary beads going, "Pull a Mary Magdalene," because she was a whore. So yeah, that was grandma. And she taught me the birds and the bees by handing me the Bible when I was like 10. And she said, "Run along, you know, in her Irish accent, right along, read it cover to cover. I don't know why she sounds like Julia Child, but she did. So anyway, so I read the Bible cover to cover, and then I had a test on it, and she says, all right, I'm going to tell you the birds and the bees. Now listen to your grandmother. So Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden, okay? And Eve was hungry, and she saw the serpent, and the serpent started talking to her a mile a minute, and he said, Eve, you better eat that apple. And she said, you know what, serpent, I'm on the Weight Watchers, and I've only got 1 point left. And because of that, and I'm dieting for the Adam because he doesn't want to touch my body, I got to give him the apple because the apple is 2 points. So she gave him the apple, and we've been set to damnation ever since. Then you've got Mary. She's sleeping in the bed, and she's having a dream about Jason Momoa. And an angel comes down and taps her on the shoulder and says, Mary, you're going to give birth to the Jesus. You're going to give birth to God's son. And the angel said, you know what? You're going to wake up pregnant. Now, everybody thought that was the big holy thing, Mary, but it really, really was the first episode of Lifetime she woke up pregnant. And Lifetime has been searching for that commission ever since. Now, finally, I'm going to tell you that this is the whole thing about the birds and the bees, the culmination, as they say. Mary's in the barn with her gay best friend, Joseph, who's apparently going to marry her, but that's bullshit. Anyway, Mary, she's lying down, and she's going to have the baby, right? And these 3 guys come by her, and they're giving her paprika and incense, and they look suspiciously like Earth, Wind, and Fire, Mary. Okay, so that is the birds and the bees. Thank you. My mother, thank you, Dave Carter. I got an applause break from you. I love it. So anyway, so my mother went to the homeland, right? My mother had a very successful band when I was a kid. She did. She had a wedding band. I was her roadie. The band consisted of 40-year-old divorcees singing Hot Stuff and Locomotion called the Mood Swings. And so Betty, my mother, cut an album for Gorbachev, don't ask. And she had some extra money, and she went to the homeland, and she called me from the hotel, and she goes, Mary, I'm in the lobby of this hotel. You're not gonna freaking believe it, Mary. They sell Tampax and liquor in the vending machine. If you got your period, this is the place to go. And so I didn't get a Blarney Stone. I didn't get the Waterford Crystal. I got a tampon. Anyway, so that's my mother. My mother came out of the closet at 55. Let's hear for lesbians. I love them. Fantastic. They're fantastic. And so my mother came out, and she drunk dialed me to let me know she was gay. She goes, Mary, you know, I'm a lesbian. It's not because I like the female. It's because I like the comfortable shoes and the LL Bean. And then, you know, my mother went from wearing dresses to only wearing LL Bean fleece. My mother looked like a Q-tip. I don't understand. Anyway, so she married a woman who used to go double dating with my mother and my father, and her husband. And then they met 20 years later in a Catholic church. Of course they did. And they got married, and she looks suspiciously like my Uncle Billy because my mother wants to keep it in the family. And the first thing she said to me was not like, I'm glad to be your mother's wife. It was like, I can build a hell of a deck. Anyway, yeah, I love her. And how much time do I have left there, Sally? I'm having a menopause moment. I'm doing 15, I guess. Am I
3 or 4?
3 or 4 minutes? Perfect. So I am stuck in the house with my husband who doesn't speak. My husband does not speak. It's like being married to Helen Keller. He's a computer scientist, and when he does speak, I ignore him. So anyway, he dyed my hair a couple weeks ago. Okay, he did the roots. But he only went as far as this band, right? As this far. And then he didn't dye it. And so I looked like I was wearing a perpetual yarmulke. Happy Shabbos. Happy Shabbos. So it inspired me. It inspired me to go to 23andMe to see if I was a little bit Jewish, because I want to throw myself a bat mitzvah because I need towels. Yeah. So here's the thing. I'm going through menopause. I've had my children. I don't want anyone residing here. I have a 13-year-old daughter. She's a teenager. She's obsessed with the Karens out there. And I got to say to you guys, like, I'm hearing whenever I talk about Karens in quotes, a lot of Karens come to me. I'm not like that. I'm not a problem. You don't know what you're talking about. Listen, my name is Mary. My name is comparable to a 75-year-old woman playing cribbage in Massachusetts. Don't give me that you're all upset about being a Karen, for Christ's sake. At least you're getting attention. When the Me Too movement, I was like, why not me? So, that's why I'm saying, all right. Oh, you woke women, calm down. I'm 48 years old. I need something to touch this body of mine. So I don't know how I went from Ross Dress for Less, where I could dress like a whore cheaply, to Chico's, because I'm menopausing, to Chico's, ladies. Chico's is this place where, for whatever reason, they feel that since I'm going through menopause, I cannot put a necklace on by myself, that they have to sew it into the sweater. They have to physically sew it into the clothes because I cannot unclasp a necklace and put it around my neck. And for some reason, they think a larger size woman looks good in a lot of turquoise. A lot of turquoise that's fake. I have a sweater that's so heavy and covered in fake turquoise that now I'm going to a chiropractor because my neck hurts so much. And so when I went to Chico's, when we finally opened up, the stupid woman was in the front with a beautiful Southern accent. She goes, honey, it's a Chico's kind of day. And I said to her in my best Boston accent, it's never a freaking Chico's kind of day. Never. Good night, everybody. My name is Mary Kennedy. Thank you.
That's fucking awesome, Mary Kennedy. Good shit, lady. Hilarious. Fucking rant and roll. That's awesome. I used to actually model for Chico's before I got into porn. Look at you modeling for Chico's when you're like 35.
I know.
Look at you in your granny porn at 47. That was a super, super fun show. I really, really appreciate the stage time, KeZia. All the comics were great. We had a lot of great new comics at the show. A lot of members from all over the world. Definitely check the chat and follow us on Instagram and Venmo KeZia so she can, get like a book that maybe tells her that rollerblading is fucking dangerous.
Hand jobs are better.
1992. She knows how to skate. We know how that really happened. Thank you guys very much. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Any other housekeeping, KeZia?
I just want to thank you so much. Let's give Sally Mullins a big, huge hand, everyone. And give all yourselves a big hand. Give the 3 bears in Seattle a hand.
Yes.
Everyone. I just want to tell you, there's a shout out that I need to do for a fellow Toastmaster friend of mine. Because the very first night that we had this show, it was actually an open mic. And then Chris called me right after, Chris Green, the outdoor man up there. He said, oh my God, that was like a comedy show. You ought to turn it into a comedy show. And the next Friday, it became a comedy show. And we are growing. We're getting traction. I paid a lot of money to get the logo. And so your money's going towards a good cause and to get us to the next level, because there's a lot of exciting things happening. So follow us. It's Friday night, Nite, Friday Night Funnies on Instagram. Follow us there. We're going to start posting pictures. And next week, we're going to go live on Facebook. I think I may have figured out a loophole in order to do that. So this is just amazing. This recording is going to be available. If all the comics are cool, I want to play this on my Facebook page. And we're just going to make this like a thing that stays fit, everyone. Yeah.
Give it up for KeZia.
Yeah.
Give it up for KeZia, who's like the auntie that had to do the drunk reunion.
Hey, but listen, hold on, KeZia. Hey, KeZia, if we're giving it up,
on the chat, KeZia, just for some of the comics to have your email.
Oh, my email or?
Add your email if you're
Okay, cool. Yeah, and anybody who wants to do, sorry, I have to type it with my left hand.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It just takes me a long time.
Oh, Auntie KeZia, so funny.
If anybody wants to do it, email me. And just so you know, Dave, guess what my nickname is? It's Auntie Squeezia.
no.
Why do I not doubt
weird, but,
that?
like,
I totally believe it.
Yeah. Little things, I'm like, Oh my God, Dave, you did great. Everyone did amazing. That was so much freaking fun. So
It's just hard on the phone.
I love those, Sally. Those are hot. I like that one.
My friend Jim, his sister made me these masks and they smell so good.
Nice.
So cool, yeah. Jim's in Chicago. He said,
Nice.
Oh, is that Chris? Damn.
Nothing like a good smell of